Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Stay there. 180.
This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. This Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. 3rd and short yardage, Rivers. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad, not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Fight! 42 the mark, 80 high. 43 high.
Rivers now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
56 for Mike. Cluster.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he's got his man, Hilton. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force them into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's 1st and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Rivers. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now we give to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
I'm going to go load it. Load it.
They'll run for it. It's Mack. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw from his end zone, Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. They took a real chance there, throwing deep from their own end zone.
Yeah, just think about it this way. If you take that shot, which they just did, you're giving those pass rushers an extra chance to get you. Your escape hatch behind you is gone because the end line is there. Yet at the same time, they took the gamble, and boy, did it pay off.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Set the tone, defense, let's go.
We're scoreless after one.
Set, ready? 10 logo. Eat. Coming to you. Go.
To throw on second down. Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler taking it in as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, they get it. Now they've got to put that behind and try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
This time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Block 15. Check 56. Watch the out. Run 80. Six guys. Check 6 guys. General West. Hey, Delta. Hey, here we go.
They just got that play off. Now Rivers. He's got it to Hilton. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Rivers. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing, Rivers. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. And he's got it. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
The Charger drive about to get going. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Taylor. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From midfield now, here's Taylor. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case,
this is caught inside the 15. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Taylor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Keep it skinny. 56. Hey, back up.
Out of his end zone, Rivers. And now he's taken down. And Rivers in the end zone. Down on the ground he goes. That results in a safety and 2 points. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Taylor. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
The 1st down throw here for Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, Haywood!
From the gun, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Rivers. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 38 yards on the scamper there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run on first down with Jackson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Across the formation, he's got a man, that's Allen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 11-yard line. Let's go deep. Time it up. Let's go deep.
Here's Taylor to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time 12 yards on the pass play, but still shy of where they needed to go. 4th and goal. Badgley's kick is good. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Rivers now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From just shy of midfield, Rivers looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Rivers. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Under 10.
On the ground, it's Mack. Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Rivers on the money, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Green 90, orange 4, black 15.
First down. It's Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rivers. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
Set,
The Charger drive about to get going. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
Here's Taylor. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, Rocket. 56. Mike, 50. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Wait, 89.
Now Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Rivers. And that is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. Campbell making the catch. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Here's Rivers. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.